Okay, so in this video, we're going to review the think and search strategies. And remember, there's really a long list. In order to do this appropriately, to engage in active reading using your skills of logic and observation to determine the meaning of a word in a sentence. Okay, here are our learning objectives: determine the context of a sentence, demonstrate understanding of vocabulary words, and identify proper parts of speech. That's what we're going for. That's what we're trying to get done in this assignment. And you're also going to be using previously learned skills, which include your active reading skills, inference, identifying sentence structure, and what you've done before this, which is getting yourself familiar with vocabulary. Okay? So vocabulary familiarity is important. That's why spending time with your vocab words was important. Okay? So here is the process. Remember, it's actually a 7-step process. I'm going to let you read through that because that should be very familiar to you. Go ahead and read through that and see if you can reconnect with what we've done in the past. All right. So you see that we have to read the sentence. We're going to check for our understanding. If you don't understand a word, make certain that you use your resources and look up that word, because that's important not only for understanding, but also determining the connotation, which is step 3, and selecting your own words, identifying the parts of speech, using a study tool to narrow your selection, and selecting the vocab word. These don't necessarily need to be done in this order. However, all of these are part of the process. So keep that in mind. It's pretty flexible, okay? Let's take a look at our study tool here before we go on. I created a mind map in the video, and unlike the video, this is not backwards. This is what it actually looked like. Okay. You may have created a quadrant chart as well, which would really be helpful in this case, but we can use the mind map for the same purpose. Let's see. There we go. So let's split the screen. And you might have your mind map right in front of you, so you don't need to split the screen. But I'm going to give you a moment. I'm going to ask you to stop the video and answer this question. Complete this sentence at the bottom of the screen using your think and search process. Okay, pause the video now. All right, so you pause the video and you've applied your think and search strategy. You've also come up with your own word for this, and it should look something like this. Let's go backwards here. So we've got our part of speech is a verb, your own word or words is our next to, and the vocabulary word is a but. If you determined that this vocab word was a but, you are correct. Let's take a look at the next one. Before we look at what we did, let's split the screen again. Okay, so number 2, at the trial, it was clear the intention of the lawyer was to blank the witness on the stand because he continued asking him questions until he confessed the truth. At the trial. So think about the connotation of a trial. There's usually tension. Is it negative? Maybe. I guess it depends what side you're on. The clear intention of the lawyer. So think about the role of a lawyer in a courtroom as he's got a witness on the stand. Usually they're trying to come up with a solution. On the stand, because he continued asking him questions until he confessed the truth. Well, we know lawyers can be passionate, so fervent might describe how the lawyer asked him a question. But in this sentence, it says, at the trial, it was clear the intention of the lawyer was to. Was to means it's a verb, right? That's what it usually means if there's that preposition. So it's fervent is an adjective. If you look at our graphic organizer, we only have a handful of verbs in this graphic organizer: rankle, plummet, infiltrate, and abut. So at the trial, it was clear the intentions of the lawyer was to blank the witness, was to infiltrate the witness, was to plummet the witness, was to rankle the witness. Looking at each of these definitions, because we already used a but, so we're not going to consider that one. To pass through, to plunge straight down, to irritate. So which one of these would be most appropriate? In this case, clearly to irritate in this context. So if you're looking at your own word, we could use the word, sorry, let me go back. We could use the word anger, frustrate, perhaps, was to frustrate the witness, was to anger the witness. Those are possibilities. So the process that you implement these 7 steps is flexible. Keep that in mind, but you are going to complete each part here, okay? Go ahead and access your worksheet down below. Click on that link and follow this process. You can either print this worksheet up to do it the way we've done it in class, or do it electronically. Okay, it's entirely up to you. All right, I will see you in the next video.